The Martian landscape, once barren and lifeless, now hummed with activity. Massive 3D printers, their articulated arms moving with precision, were slowly bringing humanity's first Mars colony to life. Dr. Evelyn Ochoa stood at the viewport of the newly established Mars orbital station, her eyes fixed on the red planet below.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Her assistant, Dr. Raj Patel, remarked, joining her at the window. Ochoa nodded, a smile playing on her lips.
It's more than that, Raj. It's the future.
On the surface, a combination of prefabricated habitation modules and 3D printed modules were taking shape, their white domes a stark contrast to the rusty Martian soil. Solar arrays unfurled like metallic flowers, drinking in the distant sun's rays. In the background, a massive greenhouse was being constructed, its transparent panels designed to withstand the harsh Martian environment while nurturing the plants that would sustain the colony.
The colonists are 2 months out, thanks to the Molnari engines.
Patel reported, checking his tablet.
The Ares colony ship is on schedule and all systems are green.
Ochoa turned from the viewport, her face set with determination.
Then we'd better make sure their new home is ready for them. Let's run another systems check on the life support modules.
As they moved deeper into the station, neither of them noticed the small, inconspicuous device tucked away in a corner of the viewport room. Its blinking light indicated it was active, silently collecting data to be transmitted back to Earth, not to NASA or any official space agency, but to a secret facility deep in the Nevada desert. Back in Earth's orbit, in the bustling control room of Nexus Prime, General Marcus Hawthorne watched as the second Vigilance-class destroyer, christened the Defiant, detached from its construction berth. The sleek warship, its hull gleaming in the sunlight reflected off Earth, was a testament to humanity's rapidly advancing space capabilities.
Defiant reports all systems nominal, sir.
Lieutenant Commander Sarah Chambliss reported from her station.
She's beginning her shakedown cruise now.
Hawthorne nodded, a grim smile on his face.
Excellent. And the audacity?
Chambliss tapped a few commands into her console, bringing up a holographic display of another partially constructed ship.
The British destroyer is proceeding on schedule, sir. Hull is 40% complete, and we're beginning to install the primary power systems.
As Hawthorne studied the display, Ambassador Harlock glided into the control room, his skin shimmering with what the humans had learned to interpret as excitement.
General Hawthorne.
The Molnari diplomat greeted.
I bring news from the Loxyz. They are most eager to begin our partnership.
Hawthorne turned to face the alien, his expression carefully neutral.
That's good to hear, Ambassador. I trust Dr. Krobutz and the Harmony are prepared for their diplomatic mission.
Harlock's skin rippled in affirmation.
Indeed, the Harmony departs for Loxyz space within the hour. I have every confidence that this meeting will be most productive for all parties involved.
What Hawthorne couldn't know, was the extent of Harlock's manipulation. The Molnari had spent months subtly influencing the Loxyz, painting humanity as a species of great potential and a valuable buffer against more aggressive galactic powers. Aboard the Harmony, Dr. Anand Krobutz reviewed her briefing materials one last time. The ship hummed around her, its systems primed for the journey through the cosmic web to Loxyz space.
Dr. Krobutz to the bridge.
Came over the intercom. Captain Carl Townsend voice.
We're approaching the wormhole entry point.
As Anand made her way to the bridge, she couldn't shake a feeling of both excitement and trepidation. The Loxyz were known for their advanced defensive technologies that could be crucial for Earth's protection. But diplomacy in this new galactic arena was fraught with unknown pitfalls. The bridge was a hive of activity as Anand entered. Through the main viewport, she could see the shimmering aperture of the wormhole, a gateway to distant stars.
Status report.
Captain Townsend commanded.
All systems green, Captain.
The helmsman responded.
Wormhole is stable and coordinates are locked in.
Townsend nodded, then turned to Anand.
Ready to make history again, Doctor?
Anand managed a smile.
As ready as I'll ever be, Captain. Let's hope the Loxyz are as friendly as the Molnari claim.
With a word from Townsend, the Harmony surged forward, plunging into the swirling vortex of the wormhole. In a flash of light and a momentary distortion of reality, they were catapulted across vast interstellar distances. As they emerged in Loxyz space, the alien system spread out before them. A blue-green world, not unlike Earth, hung in space, surrounded by a complex network of orbital structures that spoke of an advanced civilization.
We're being hailed.
The communications officer reported.
On screen.
Townsend ordered. The view screen flickered to life, revealing a being of ethereal beauty. The Loxyz representative, with its willowy form and translucent skin, seemed to glow with an inner light.
Greetings, travelers from Earth.
The alien's melodious voice filled the bridge.
We welcome you to Loxyz Space. Please follow our escort to the designated meeting area.
As the Harmony followed the Loxyz ship, Anand couldn't help but marvel at the apparent eagerness of their hosts. Little did she know of the Molnari strings being pulled behind the scenes. In the halls of power back on Earth, the geopolitical landscape was shifting rapidly. In Beijing, representatives from China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea gathered to sign a historic pact.
We cannot allow the Western powers to dominate the stars.
The Chinese president declared, his voice firm.
This pact ensures that we will stand united against their monopoly on alien technology and space resources.
The Russian president nodded in agreement.
For too long, we have been left behind in this new space race. No more. Together, we will carve our own path to the stars.
As news of the pact spread, other nations scrambled to align themselves. In Canberra, the Australian Prime Minister addressed a joint session of Parliament.
In these unprecedented times, Australia must secure its place in the new cosmic order.
She announced.
We have agreed to join the Western Alliance's space initiative, ensuring our nation's voice will be heard among the stars.
Similar declarations came from Tokyo, Taipei, New Delhi, and Buenos Aires. The world was dividing into two camps, with the promise of alien technology and access to space resources as the prize. Back in Loxyz space, negotiations were proceeding at a rapid pace. The Loxyz, their bodies seeming to shimmer with excitement, were far more accommodating than Anand had dared hope.
We have long observed your species.
The Loxyz representative, Councillor Zeril, explained.
Your resilience and adaptability are most impressive. We believe a partnership between our peoples could be greatly beneficial.
Anand nodded, trying to contain her excitement.
We are honored by your interest, Counselor. Earth has much to learn from your civilization.
As they delved into the details of a potential alliance, however, the Loxyz's demands became clear. They wanted access to Earth's iridium deposits, a rare element that was apparently crucial to some of their most advanced technologies.
Furthermore,
Zero continued,
we would request permission to establish a mining station in your solar system. This would allow for more efficient extraction and processing of the iridium.
Anand hesitated. Such a request was beyond her authority to grant.
I will need to consult with my superiors on Earth regarding this matter, Counselor. But I assure you, we are very interested in pursuing this partnership.
As the negotiations continued, Anand couldn't shake the feeling that things were progressing almost too smoothly. The Loxyz's eagerness, while welcome, seemed somehow orchestrated. But with the promise of their advanced defensive technology on the table, she pushed her doubts aside. In Washington, D.C., President Albert Chambers sat in the Situation Room, surrounded by his top advisors. The holographic display in the center of the table showed a map of Earth, with nations color-coded based on their alignment in the new space race. The Secretary of Defense began.
Mr. President, the formation of this new Eastern Bloc poses a significant threat to our space operations. Intelligence suggests they're pooling resources to accelerate their own space programs.
Chambers nodded, his face grim.
And what of our allies? Australia, Japan, Taiwan, India, Argentina?
The Secretary of State leaned forward.
They're with us, but they're demanding more concrete benefits. Access to alien technology, guaranteed spots in off-world colonies, preferential resource rights. We're going to have to give them something substantial to keep this coalition together.
As the discussion continued, Chambers couldn't help but feel the weight of history on his shoulders. The decisions made in this room would shape not just the future of the United States, but of humanity's place in the cosmos. Chambers nodded, then turned back to the holographic display.
And the Loxyz negotiations?
The Secretary of State consulted his notes.
Dr. Krobitz reports that the Loxyz are very interested in an alliance. However, their demands for iridium and a mining station in our system are significant.
The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Allowing an alien presence in the solar system, beyond the diplomatic missions they'd already accepted, was a major step. Yet the promise of Loxyz defensive technology was too important to ignore.
We need those defenses,
Chambers said finally.
If the Eastern Bloc continues to build up their forces, we have to be prepared. Open negotiations for the mining rights, but ensure we have oversight and a significant share of any operation.
As the meeting adjourned, Chambers remained behind, staring at the slowly rotating hologram of Earth. Humanity had dreamed of the stars for millennia, but no one had imagined it would be like this, a delicate dance of diplomacy, technology, and military might, with the future of the species hanging in the balance. In the darkness of space, unnoticed by humans or their new alien allies, a small probe drifted silently. Its origin was unknown, its purpose unclear. But as it recorded the growing activities in the solar system, it prepared to transmit its findings to masters in the far reaches of the galaxy. The ripples of humanity's expansion were spreading, and the response was yet to